What's going on, man? It's your boy Butler, man. It's the best day of my life, man. Tomorrow's not promised. Go ahead and do your little dance while they still playing your song. Here we go again, bro. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to Jeremy Watson. I don't know what his charges are. I don't know what they were, and that is not why I'm here. I do not care what his charges were. What I do care about is that this is another unaliving at the hands of the Georgia Department of Corrections. Uh, Shouts out to Tiffany Johnson, who is always supportive of not just the people inside of the institution, but people like myself, and people who have people that's incarcerated. This brother died. He passed away on March the 9th, 2026. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the comment section, and if you want to get more in depth, you can go to Georgia Prison. Let me make sure I get it right. Uh, and I know it. I just don't want to say it wrong at all. Say it wrong at all. Georgia Prisons Exposed. You need to go to that page, and you need to join that page, man, for anything Georgia prisons. So Tiffany is saying that his family is looking for answers as to uh how his death occurred. If anyone knows, comment or reach out. So we're gonna go through all the comments. This so sorry, prayers for all this. Let's see. Let's see. Praying for his family that find justice. Beautiful permission says Persimmons. Persimmon 2182 says, all these killings are so senseless. Prayers for the victim's family that they find justice, and condolences. Todd Deal says that I lost my brother in September after he completed 30 years and only had 3 days to go. Still no words and very few answers. Maybe we should do a class action wrongful death suit against Georgia Department of Corrections. Big negligence on their part and many, many more deaths. It's honestly scary at how many are dying in Georgia prisons right now. The guards, the payouts, inmates, and guards working together. Nothing but green dot payoffs. 90% of the contraband comes from the guards, such as phones, drugs, cigarettes. It's one big RICO charge. Prayers to you and your family, and I can say from the heart, I know your pain. Don't believe the drone shit because yes, it happens, but barely. Uh, all right, love to interview you. I know I type slow. Interview you so your brother's story can be told. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, so then prayers. Is that all of them? All right, so then is it all the comments? Oh, this just happened too. This is like 2 hour, 3 hours. All right, so now let's go to he was at Wilcox State Prison. So you know where we going next. You know where we going next. Let's see. Uh, let's go to Wilcox. Mm,
A brawl injured at least 9 inmates at Wilcox State Prison last night. That's according to Joan Heath with the State Department of Corrections. By email, she told us the fight was gang-related. He said the 9 inmates' injuries were not life-threatening. 4 of them remained hospitalized. So far, they've not released any further information about what happened.
all right, cancel that. Hold on. Boom. There's a. It's not Ware State Prison. We're at Wilcox. Wilcox and Ware are not the same prison, right? No, they're not. MLB on playlist. And then we go Wilcox. I said then we go Wilcox.
A brawl injured at least 9 inmates at Wilcox State Prison last night.
This is Wilcox State Prison right here. Let's see what that looks like. Can't hear anything. It's like old footage. Let's see if we can't get something more accurate. This is
Yes, let's get back to that breaking news that we were talking about. This is out of central Georgia. 3 people confirmed dead, about a dozen sent to the hospital after a possible.
The Department of Corrections says it is investigating the third apparent suicide by a Georgia inmate in the span of a week. Inmate Michael Jordan was found unresponsive in his cell at Georgia State Prison in Reedsville around 3:45 Wednesday morning. Prison staff tried to revive him but were unsuccessful. Jordan was serving life in prison without parole for a Clayton County murder. Corrections officials say on Monday, Stephen Beck.
Wilcox County, a Warner Robins man is arrested after the sheriff's office says it responded to Owensboro Road near Abbeville after a report of a drone in the area last week. In a Facebook post yesterday, deputies said they found the drone and a package containing marijuana, meth, tobacco, and contraband items believed to be intended for.
I think I remember going over this right here. Yeah, I remember seeing this. Jogging suit, Jordans. Looks like a JBL speaker, Supreme Skull hat. Those are lighters, rolling papers, tobacco, marijuana. I don't know what that is. All right.
For Wilcox State Prison. The next day, the sheriff's office says a resident reported a vehicle returning to the same location. Officers stopped the vehicle on Highway 215 and American Legion Road and made an arrest, and that person faces multiple charges as the investigation continues. Inmates at Wilcox State Prison were taken to the hospital after a gang-related altercation last week. According to the Georgia Department of Corrections, there was an altercation among multiple inmates on January 9th.
They say the inmates involved received non-life-threatening injuries and 3 of them remain in the hospital, while the others have returned to the prison. GDC says no staff were injured during the incident and it appears to have been gang-related.
So again, this is footage at Wilcox State Prison. I don't know what's going on here. It just says Wilcox State Prison in Georgia. There's no sound. You can't really make out what's going on. What I do know is that it's too many unalivings, and as promised, I said I was gonna cover each one that I was made aware of, and here we are. I don't know what this is, y'all. I can't make this out. We're just gonna go to the next video. I don't know what that is.
This new tonight, a Wilcox County inmate who escaped from a work detail has now been captured. The Crisp County Sheriff's Office shared this photo, thanking the agencies who helped out with the situation. Authorities say James Doyle Moss was taken into custody around 8:15 in the city of Adel. He walked off a work detail this afternoon near the Cordele Farmers Market. Moss is 8 years.
Hold on, bro. So you just walked off? You just walked off?
Tail this afternoon near the Cordele Farmers Market. Say James Doyle Moss was taken into custody around 8:15 in the city of Adel. He walked off a work detail this afternoon near the Cordele Farmers Market. Moss is 8 years into a 10-year robbery sentence at Wilcox State Prison.
And, this is where the train was created. This is where I started drawing the train. The story behind that is one day the warden came to me and he asked me to do a drawing. And he asked me to do a drawing based on showing men going from good to bad. And so I did a drawing of a train. And, as you've seen, the train is all about, going from that life of crime, to, getting off the bad tracks and getting on the good tracks.
I can go for that. Let's see what Dexter's talking about. Prison industry. Incarcerated juveniles and alternative. What my man got going on? That's cool demo. Faith-based demo. Train ready non-profit food donation. Come back to your page, Dexter. I know you seem like you might have. Hey, well, let's see what you got going.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dexter Ray. Nice to be here. I thank all of y'all for being here. And I have something very special to all the men and women that if you do this, when you get out, there's no promises, there's no guarantees in life, but I promise you, you would have a...
Okay. So Dexter is trying to help.
And, you know, this...
Come back to your page, Dexter, man. It's a calling for you, brother. Just subscribe. Now, just subscribe to your page.
A former Wilcox County jailer pleaded guilty Tuesday for not reporting inmate abuse. 23-year-old Casey Owens admitted he was present when several people, including former Sheriff Stacy Bloodsworth and his son, physically assaulted 3 inmates in June 2009. Owens admitted to writing a false statement to authorities about the incident at the jail, covering for the sheriff, his son, and the 3 other assailants. When Owens is sentenced, he faces a maximum of 3 years in jail.
Corrections officers are speaking out after this weekend's violent disturbance at a Southeast Georgia prison. This is the cell phone video taken by an inmate showing an officer in handcuffs being escorted by inmates. It's gone viral since it was posted on the unedited Real Talk Right Now Facebook page. The Georgia Department of Corrections says 2 staff members and 3 inmates were injured during the unrest at Ware State Prison in Waycross.
I was working for my safety and just trying to be able to get out.
News4Jax reporter Corley Peel spoke with 2 correctional officers who work at the prison, including one who was on duty Saturday night when the disturbance broke out. And Corley, these correctional officers believe they were easy targets.
The officer says that they have poor staffing at the prison, and they say if the prison was better staffed and if they had more equipment, then that was caught on video would have never happened.
Damn, I remember that.
This video shows a corrections officer in handcuffs after witnesses say Ware State Prison inmates took the officer hostage. The unedited Real Right Now group shared the video with News4Jax. A corrections officer who wants to remain anonymous says they feared for their safety as they watched the chaos break out Saturday night.
There was this complete destruction. They were destroying a lot of property, setting things on fire.
Witnesses say inmates used contraband cell phones to record injured inmates covered in blood inside a dorm.
This is not Wilcox, that's Ware State Prison. But we're going to see it anyway.
That video has now gone viral. 3 inmates and 2 officers were hurt, according to prison officials.
We need some help, man.
Do you know how they were able to gain control?
They were able to gain control because they took a sergeant hostage. They were able to take his keys.
This is what I do want to say while we're here. Hey, man, there's no security at prisons, man. People are dying, people are being killed, then they don't have no real explanation. It is my belief, I think y'all taking these people organs or something, bro. Cause somebody dying every day. Every day somebody dies in the Georgia Department of Corrections. And it's not even death row. It's general population, bro. It's general population, man. If you got any information, send it around. And we're not done with the videos, but the unaliving of Jeremy Watson, who was at Wilcox State Prison and was unalived on 3/9 this year. That was 2 days ago, bro. Man, rest in peace, man. Let's see what else we got on this particular institution. I'm gonna finish this video out, although I am aware that this is Wilcox State. I mean, that's Ware State Prison. But we got one more video that's Wilcox State Prison. The only reason I'm playing is because it's the Georgia Department of Corrections.
To get through different gates and things like that.
The officer says inmates also stole radios. According to the officer, low staffing is the reason inmates were able to take over. They say roughly 13 officers were supervising more than 1,500 inmates Saturday night. At times, some of the 13 housing units go unsupervised.
On a good day, there's usually 1 officer per building, but as of lately, due to the shortness of staff, there's many times where 1 officer will be working 2 buildings, sometimes even 3 buildings by themselves.
Another officer who wants to remain anonymous wasn't there Saturday night, but resigned after the disturbance.
I plan on making it a career, but after all this, it's not an option.
They say the only equipment they have to protect themselves is their bare hands.
We barely have working radios. We barely are supply cuffs. We do not have any OC spray, which is a spray, the pepper spray that we're certified with. We don't get that. They took all the batons from us, so we pretty much have no way to protect ourselves.
The officers say it's normal for them to work 13 to 14-hour shifts. They say they're hoping that this disturbance will prompt the state to send a message to hopefully make the prison safer for staff. The Georgia Department of Corrections says that the 3 inmates and 2 officers that were injured are expected to be okay. I did reach out to them today to find out more answers about how this happened and how this could be prevented. They said they would get back to me with the answers to those questions, but I'm still waiting to hear back, and I will continue to keep you updated as soon as I learn more. Reporting live, Corley Peel, Channel 4, the local station.
Hey, Corley, this isn't the first violent event at the prison. An inmate was killed.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, bro? What's up with you, man? How you doing?
Best day of my life. How about yourself? Appreciate you.
Still calling to check up on you, man. See what's going on.
Ain't no thing, man. I'm recording as we speak. I was just saw another individual just passed away at let me see, this is where Wilcox State Prison.
Hey.
3-9. That was 2 days ago.
What do you do? You got stabbed?
They don't even know nothing, bro. They're not even giving no information, man. They ain't giving no information. Can you give because I got the cameras rolling and you ain't got to say your name, but can you just give a brief description of maybe one of your worst experiences in the Georgia Department of Correction? I just hit you with the interview voice just then.
Dang, you did. One of my worst experience in Georgia prison. It's a bunch of them, especially come from Alto, man. I'm gonna say probably when I first came across first got out of diagnosis and came across the yard to the dorm. I was in dorm 15. Of course, it wasn't a Thunder dorm, but at PMC, it was supposed to be the Thunder dorm PMC.
Right.
I had a couple guys come across with me. One of these guys was just, he came through diagnosis with us. He was a little bit more laid back or timid, as you would say.
Okay.
And at the time, it was some guys at him behind. And
so for the people who don't know what you're saying, they was hot on this trail. They was in lust mode.
Yeah, they were rape, man.
Yeah. That's another way to say it too.
A term. With that being said, he came and told us about it because we was close. We came through diagnosis together, 4 months of diagnosis together. He told us about it, and in prison, the first thing you had to do is stand up for yourself before anybody could stand up for you and take them licks or them shots or whatever come their way in order to protect you. God didn't stand up for himself, and the guy came and told me about 2 days later, he like, man, they had the shanks to his neck the other day, they snatched him up, and he ended up going on PMC. So with that being said,
you mean PC?
PC,
yeah.
PC. Went to protect custody.
Yeah.
We never seen him again, but that was one of the worst experiences probably for me because it was when I first stepped foot into
right.
You know what I mean? So it left a lasting impression on me.
Gotcha.
Let me take this.
Go ahead, how you been, man? I appreciate you reaching out. That was fast. All right, now we are going back into this right here because we have another story.
Just a couple of weeks ago.
That's right. The Georgia Department of Corrections says an inmate was killed by another inmate 2 weeks ago. The Ware Journal Herald reported that was prompted because of unrest in the prison because there was tensions about COVID-19.
All right, Corley Peel reporting to us live. Thank you, Corley.
All new at 4, there is a major leadership change at 2 Georgia State prisons, including a facility in Tattnall County, where officers have arrested several staff members. Charles Mims is stepping in as the new warden at Smith State Prison. Mims previously served as the warden at Wilcox State Prison. He'll replace Jacob Beasley, who has served as warden in Tattnall County since 2023.
So, let me see what is it? That's where inmate dies at Wilcox. I believe this is Wilcox State Prison. What's this? 8 people arrested for separate smuggling attempts since. Did we watch this? I think we watched this.
Now to some local news. Look at these photos that were shared by the Georgia Department of Corrections. On your screen right now, piles of contraband items. The GDC says civilians have tried sneaking into the Wilcox State Prison since the start of March.
According to the prison's website, 8 people were arrested in 4 separate smuggling attempts since the start of the month. Items confiscated by law enforcement include drugs, electronics, tobacco, and wrapping paper.
Wilcox State Prison. Let's go. Let's see what else you got. Dead on Sunday. Hey. Investigator parent suicide. Let's go. We want to go to Wilcox. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Is that Wilcox? That's Washington. Here's a Wilcox State Prison. Desperado sung in the rain. Feel like we're gonna get a copyright. We're gonna stay away from that. Because inmate abuse guilty. We did that one. Officer who witnessed unrest. Valdosta State Prison. Leadership shakeup announced at 2 Georgia prisons. Wilcox County. Okay, y'all. So once again, man, if you know anything centered around the unaliving of Jeremy Watson, I want to say go to, let me move this over here. Go to Georgia Prisons Exposed on Facebook. His family is looking for answers as to how his death occurred. If anyone knows, comment or reach out to me. And that's Tiffany Johnson. Yeah, Tiffany Johnson is in charge of Georgia Prisons Exposed. Please get at her. She is a very reliable source. Yeah, man, we out, man. Rest in peace to that brother, man. It's unfortunate.